Yo, what's up? My name is TorridBlu, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the boring becomes fun once you start moving. I came up with this idea because yesterday, I spent a few hours and I went to sleep at like 2:33 in the morning because I was making some spreadsheets basically. I was basically getting leads for the business, and basically I was like, oh, how do I do this? I don't know. I have to like Google it, I have to YouTube it. Doesn't work. Let me try to hire someone. They don't know how to do it. And then like until right now, like I went to church, came back, started working on it, and then I don't even know if I'd seen something or like it just popped into my head or like I don't even know what it was, but I figured it out. And I cut down from like 2,000 leads, different leads. I thought they were different leads, and I basically turned that into like 1,400. It was 1,396 unique leads. Pretty sure I haven't gone through everything, but yeah, like I got their name, address, number. Now I put the columns of if it's social media, and then I put the color if it's, let's say they want to work, it's a green, what they were going to shoot. Oh, that's something I forgot to do, like shoot time and all that. But I could probably just make a different spreadsheet where I plug in that information, so it's just easier, you know. So yeah, that's basically what it was. But like usually, like before this, past couple of months, it's just been mad boring. Like I didn't want to do it. You just there wasn't no flow state basically of this is what I gotta do today. The next day is what I'm gonna do. Sometimes you gotta take breaks. Like let's say if you're working, you have a 9 to 5, and you gotta work on the business. You want to work in the business. Sometimes it's difficult because, like for example, if I wanted to do it, and you work in the mornings, it'd be harder because most managers that take care of all like the finances and all that and have like the final yes, or they're working at the same hours that you're working. Sometimes it's hard to either call during your break, you have no location that's allowed, stuff like that, right? And then you could try the weekends, but then the managers aren't there for the weekends. So it's either you gotta hide at work, you gotta figure something out. So it's sometimes good to call in sick or take like a vacation, 1-2 weeks off. Just use your vacation time. Instead of taking a vacation, use it to go to work basically on something that's gonna hopefully give you extra vacation time, get you out that 9 to 5, and you know what I mean. But yeah, so I set that up. Leads like around me, I think up to like an hour and a half away from me, which is really good. And I have 1,400 different people. And let's say I only close 100 of them, and I'm charging like, let's say 2 bands, right? I said 100, right? Wait, what's the math? 2,000, I mean, 200K, I think, right? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, 200K. I'm spending maybe a few hours on it, and probably profit's gonna be like 1.5 or 100 at least, you know. And you could probably do this in like 2-3 months. Like get through all that if you really put in the work, probably, or even quicker than that. Honestly, 2-3 months is kind of generous, but yeah, I mean, if you keep getting a bunch of yeses, then it's gonna take you long to get through the spreadsheet. But yeah, like it's something I didn't want to do, and once I started getting the flow state right after, like I started doing this whole get the leads and all that, and going out pitching and all that, I think I finally got a yes. We didn't set up a specific date because the manager wanted to leave, but she was basically like, yeah, it's fine. So we gotta shoot, I think tomorrow. I have to call like at 10 a.m. because it's like an hour away. Be like, oh, we didn't set up a actual date, but is it okay if we go right now? He gave us the yes on Friday. I don't know if you remember. And yeah, because they really have someone that does social media, some girl around my age. And like, it's okay, but it's mostly pics and there's no video for real. So I was thinking about doing 4 different styles. One is with a gimbal on the camera, it's an APS-C. The other one, I was just gonna do handheld on the APS-C. Another one is the DJI Pocket 3, and then the last one I wanted to do with a full frame Canon. The other one was Sony, the APS-C. So there's 4 different styles because with the gimbal you have to push in, right? So that's gonna be the gimbal with the Sony. And then the DJI Pocket is basically the same thing. You can kind of zoom in because it's right there, like the little joystick. You don't really lose any resolution. And then another way I was thinking is the APS-C, the Sony holding it by hand because you can zoom in with the lens, and basically the same thing with the Canon full frame. That's basically what I was thinking. So yeah, I mean the Canon, I have a 17 to 40 f4 wider one, and then the Sony I just have the kit lens. I have a telephoto lens but it wouldn't be great for these shoots. So yeah, that's basically where we're at. And then from there, once you start getting the money, I'd say upgrade equipment and talk about like a whole business thing. But basically, once you get into that flow state, the boring stuff that you don't want to do is gonna become fun, because they're like, oh, I'm learning, I figured it out. Like for me, it took me like 4 or 5 hours, I think, yeah, to actually figure out the whole spreadsheet thing. Yeah, and I feel good. Like it's something that I would have never thought that I wanted to do, but after I got it done, that boring stuff became fun, and I'm like, okay, now I gotta do the next step for business. So basically, the boring becomes fun once you start moving. You start taking steps on the thing you know you gotta do, and then it just becomes fun because you're figuring things out and you're learning. So that's it. Show got to be its creations. This is TorridBlu. There's no time for regrets, and remember, it's all for you. It's all for you.